Hi, this is the discussion for Chapter 11. I'm going to be answering question 1, discussing how communication technology has evolved. I want to say mainly due to computers, the internet, smartphones. It's just enabled the transfer of information to and from so much faster. It's allowed organizations and individuals to save both time and money, which ultimately is the goal. When I think about how it's impacted my experiences, I remember back before there was cell phones, when you left the house for the day, you would turn your answering machine on and you were unreachable for the whole day. You would check it when you got back and see what you missed. And you think about, today, everyone is, just a phone call away, a text away, an email away, a video call away. It just speeds up the information transfer. And when you can relate that to anything, it has just made everything so much faster. My next question is question 3. Consider a professional or organizational setting in which you've used technology to communicate. How does what our text presented as the media richness model, social presence theory, and social information processing theory impact communication? Have these mattered in your previous organizational settings? But the media richness model, the impact this has on communication, I think, can be huge. The text says that it's a framework for managers to choose the appropriate medium in a given situation. And I think we have all experienced this before when you are required to, go to an in-person meeting and you get there and the information is really non-relevant, and it would have been more beneficial for everybody just to get a memo or an email and respond back if they had any questions. And I think this happens a lot. It's really important for managers to think about the situation and the information they're trying to relay and really choose the right medium. The social presence theory is basically saying that individuals feel like it's less effective when they're not face to face, and I feel this a lot, especially with this class. I feel like a lot of the material is hard to grasp, and with just having a meeting once a week for an hour where we're mainly going over the stuff that I already spent so much time on, I feel like it's less effective. I feel like if we had, a face-to-face meeting 3 times a week or whatever, it would be more productive, and the communication would be better back and forth. The social information processing theory is saying that computer-mediated communication can be just as effective as face-to-face communication if there's enough time given, and so that they can learn the nonverbal cues between each other. And I think this is true, especially like this past year, so many people working online and with Zoom meetings, and sometimes new groups or teams were formed completely online. And so I think that a lot of those people would say that they've had good communication solely based on computer-mediated communication. For the case study, the first concept is on page 315. It's the assumptions about progress. And I felt like this tied to the case study because there's always a widespread assumption that progress is good and that, you know, more the best technology is better, or being able to do this online or access this is going to be better for everyone, and everyone will think the same way. And I think the assumptions that the couple of people in the case study were trying to do, that they thought about the people who needed these services, the homeless people. I think they had the wrong assumptions about them, because as it turned out, they had all these technologies available and they weren't really interested in it. They assumed that people were going to be on board, and they weren't. The next concept is page 333, the media richness model. I feel like within the case study, they were trying to find the right medium to communicate with, the members of the community who needed these services, and they weren't finding the right one until they discovered the email, which turned out they were getting responses from, and that was the right medium for delivering the message that worked. The last concept is page 316, assumptions about technology. The value that's placed on the activity. I feel like the members of the community outreach program that were trying to help the homeless placed a lot more value on the importance of technology and all the things they were doing than the recipients. So I think you have to kind of be on the same level for that to work. And that's all I got. Thanks.